Hey there, fellow wanderers. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, I'm sending you a big virtual hug, as I always do, to welcome you back. I'm Becky, the slow traveling wanderer. This is another installment in my new sub-series, Did You Know?, where you'll learn a little more about Mexico so that those of us who are foreigners living in or visiting Mexico have more of an appreciation for the country as a whole, its people, its history, and its culture. It's difficult to fully appreciate Mexico's customs, culture, people, and history if you don't speak Spanish. And even if you do, unless you grew up in Mexico or have done extensive research on your own, you won't have a complete picture. Think of me as your virtual tour guide. Whenever you move to a new country, learning more about it enriches your own experience as you interact with the people, places, and events all around you. Don't you want that? I do. You may have noticed that I used happy festive music in the intro of this particular video because today we're learning about Mexico's biggest celebration each year, their Independence Day, called El Grito for short. So let's dive in. For those of you who don't know, Mexican Independence Day falls on September 16th. However, celebrations across the country begin on September 15th. Mexico City has by far the biggest celebration, where the president comes out on the balcony of the National Palace, located in the Zócalo in Mexico City, at approximately 11 p.m., and he begins El Grito, which means the cry, that is, the cry for independence. Mexicans are some of the most patriotic people on the planet. I'd even say they have us Americans beat. But unlike our barbecues and flyovers, Mexican Independence Day, as you'll see in this video, is steeped in deep tradition, ceremony, and a reaffirmation of the values each Mexican holds dear, all in the name of being an independent and sovereign nation. Another unique feature that began maybe about 4 years ago is that other countries began celebrating and honoring Mexico's Independence Day. To understand this, just think about the personality of the Mexican people. They're kind, friendly, open, don't get bent out of shape very easily, patient, happy, like to have a good time, and are able to keep friendly relations with even the most aggressive country on the planet, the US, despite a long and not so pretty history of the US mistreating Mexico. This friendly and kind attitude has earned it a lot of friends globally. This is the only country that I've seen where other countries celebrate and honor their independence, including many US cities. Yes, stay tuned to see some of that footage. I kick myself because I never took advantage of all of the pre-COVID time I spent in Mexico and Mexico City, and I never attended the Grito at the Zócalo. Wah, wah. That was a total fail on my part. It will now take a couple of years to get back to that, but as soon as it comes back, I can guarantee you guys I'll be the first one in line. For now, we can see it on screen. So here's how the 2019 Grito was celebrated and how it's been celebrated every year. Guys, just look at the number of people here. Can you imagine that many of us gathered again shoulder to shoulder? I went back to check on articles to see how many people attended. Attendance estimates ranged from 80,000 to 130,000 people. Bottom line, it was a heck of a lot of people. Look at that wide shot of the Zócalo. Absolutely stunning. The celebration kicked off around 4 p.m. on September 15th with musical and cultural presentations from each of the 32 states. I thought that was pretty cool. Next came the ceremonial handing of the flag to the president. I love this. Soldiers guard the flag. They pass it on to the president, who then uses it to declare independence while performing the cry, the grito, and then we'll hand it back. Take a look. This is great behind the scenes footage. I like that they also included female soldiers. That's pretty cool. The palace is stunning on the inside, very traditional. Look at those beautiful chandeliers. Okay, you will see the president and his wife walk in as he positions himself to take the flag. I love that camera shot. Look at the thousands and thousands of Mexicans and foreigners alike. Side note, many other Latin Americans fly to Mexico City to experience the grito. Many across Latin America know that this is essentially a unique and one-of-a-kind celebration of independence and come into Mexico to celebrate it. The soldiers are so incredibly disciplined and in sync. I wonder how many times did they have to practice that to get it so perfect. Okay, the president now walks out to the balcony to give the grito. I will translate on screen what he's saying.
Mexicanos, viva la independencia! Viva Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla! Viva las comunidades indígenas! Viva la libertad! Viva la justicia! ¡Viva la democracia! ¡Viva nuestra soberanía! ¡Viva la fraternidad universal! ¡Viva la paz! ¡Viva la grandeza cultural!
The most important part of the grito is to say Viva Mexico 3 times. I mean, the energy of so many people shouting Viva Mexico in unison is truly spectacular.
¡Viva México! ¡Viva México!
The ceremony ends with everyone singing the national anthem. The president then hands a flag back to the soldiers. And finally, you have a grandiose firework display. Take a look. Finally, as I mentioned in my opening, Mexico has so many friends globally that other countries honor and celebrate Mexican Independence Day. In 2019, here were the places that lit up green, white, and red across the world. Here we go. The tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa in the United Arab Emirates. The Empire State Building, New York City. Viva Las Vegas, Nevada. Niagara Falls, Canada. The Obelisk, Buenos Aires, Argentina. The Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. The Colosseum, Rome, Italy. The Colpatria Tower, Bogota, Colombia. The Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, California. And finally, the Ferris wheel La Perla in Quito, Ecuador. These were all amazing displays of friendship and fraternity. I'll leave you with a quote from the German scientist, naturalist, geographer, and explorer, Alexander von Humboldt. Si solo pudieras llamar paraíso a un lugar del mundo, ese tendría que ser México. Von Humboldt introduced Mexico to Germany at a time when Germany was not familiar with the country or the Americas in general. Von Humboldt wrote in a letter that he considered Mexico a paradise because of its weather, its natural beauty, and its overall biodiversity. Now, aren't you happy that you get to live or frequently visit such an amazing place? All right, amigos, thanks for your time. I hope you found this information interesting, and I hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And maybe you want to plan your next visit in 2022 around September timeframe so that you can catch the grito in Mexico City. Hasta la próxima. See you next time. Bye.